Hello and welcome back to my channel, Danny Not Danny. And if you saw my previous video, which was literally like 4 or 5 weeks ago, you would know that I was just in Japan. So, I obviously bought a lot of stuff, enough to split it up into 2 videos. I decided to do a Japan haul, so all the stuff that's from Okinawa and Tokyo and everything, and then a Tokyo Disney haul because I got like even more stuff there than is in this current pile, which is just all the general Japan stuff. So those will be happening, these hauls that I'm filming right now. And also I did a couple of vlogs. They're mostly just like what I'm calling aesthetic vlogs, where I just sort of filmed scenes from what I was seeing, and they're like super short, so those will also be going up. So let's just get into this haul. So first, while I was in Okinawa, I bought these socks because I realized I also just needed more socks of this style, which is like the ankle sock. And here they are. They have shizas on them, which are the protectors of Okinawa, these little lion, dragon, dog looking things. It also just says Okinawa on the bottom. We have this little beautiful little baby dragon looking thing, which is supposed to be a keychain, but like the string came on sort of broke, which you attach it right there to this little thing on the top of his head, but it's fine because he can also sit on my shelf and stuff and look super cute. He is from Shurijo, or Jo means castle, so Shuri Castle, which is the head of the Ryukyu Kingdom, or used to be the head of the Ryukyu Kingdom. Both of my Shisa statues, I got 2 different ones because I just sort of wanted some really nice looking traditional ones and then slightly more fun ones because they had, you know, cute touristy type ones. So we have my sort of cuter touristy type ones. Hope you can see them. They are red and yellow and they look super fun and I love these boys. And then the other pair I got was the more traditional looking ones, or like just not as brightly colored, and they're a little bit bigger and obviously a little bit nicer because the other ones were just like a plasticky thing, and these are actually ceramic. So we got these boys and I just love them. They're so beautiful. So that's everything from Okinawa. So now we're gonna move on to Tokyo and in general the rest of Japan. I'm not gonna go in order for these because that's just too confusing. So let's start here. So for the 4th of July we went to a Yomiuri Giants game, it was super fun to go to a Japanese baseball game. That was such a fun and interesting experience. Truly, I don't know which way this goes, but I'm pretty sure this says Giants, and I just wanted it to look, I went with this one instead of it saying Giants in English, because I wanted it to, you know, look like it's actually from Japan instead of just getting mixed up with my San Francisco Giants stuff, because I do have that, because that's my favorite baseball team. So, I like it. I think it's nice and unique and fun. And then it was also free shirt night. So with our tickets came this nice little pretty decent jersey for like a free one. So that's fun. Just looks like that. And then we also went to Pokemon Center DX. Yeah, I think it's Pokemon Center DX, which is the main one in Tokyo with the Pokemon Cafe, which of course, you know, I wasn't planning on doing the Pokemon Cafe, so I didn't get reservations because when we looked at it, they're like booked till like August, which, you know, wasn't gonna work, but we went and bought stuff. And I got this beautiful Pokemon ball bento. So it's just shaped like the ball. It's got the strap with the balls on the side, and then you take that off and you open it up, and first you've got this little container that has Pikachu on it, and you can put stuff in there, and then also the bottom half of the Pokeball opens up and you can put stuff in the bottom. and I think it is the most adorable thing ever. I almost thought my brother was gonna steal it, but then he saw it and he's like, oh, it's too small for anything I eat for lunch, so it's all mine now. I don't have to share it. Also got, you know, one of the famous past cases things, but this one is a Psyduck one, and it's got a little clip so you can clip it to whatever and then, you know, extend it, and the pass or whatever card goes in the back, and then you can put some coins or something in the pocket in his head, because I love me some Psyduck. And then also I got a Flareon and a Vaporeon, because Eevee and all of Eevee's evolutions is like my favorite Pokemon ever. I just love it so much. So I got these. And then one of my other favorite Pokemon is Vulpix, but mostly Vulpix's evolution, which is a Ninetales. So I of course got myself a Ninetales with some beautiful Ninetales. How many times can I say Ninetales? So my new loves, my new little children. Also from Pokemon, but got at a different time, is this Pokemon, or this Eevee neck pillow, which transforms into 3 different things. So first you have this neck pillow thing, which I have to say is not the most comfortable. I don't understand it, but the comfortable things is when it just gets transformed into its various pillow forms. Like, that's easy. Like, that's really comfortable on a flight, but I don't get the neck pillow part, because I did not find it comfortable. Got it now. Transforms into a Pokeball pillow, and that was super comfy to put against the side of the plane. But its final one is an Eevee head, but it's really hard to zip when it gets to this part, so like it just looks like it's a bleeding Eevee head that's been just severed from an Eevee. So that's fun, but it's also comfy. Then we also have some Studio Ghibli stuff, though I did not go to the Studio Ghibli museum, because that was sort of like low on my list, so like it wasn't something that I absolutely wanted to do, because like I'm not super into Studio Ghibli, but I'd like to be more into it. But it's so hard to get a hold of the movies. It's not on Netflix or Amazon Prime, so we just have the 2 that we got as a gift, which is I think The Wind Rises and Princess Mononoke, however you say it, which I really like Princess Mononoke, which of course, you know, they had absolutely no like merchandise for her in this little shop in the airport, so yeah, whatever. And then I did not like The Wind Rises at all. I found all the switching between present time and flashbacks really confusing, because it wasn't obvious like where you were in the timeline, so I was like lost. But besides that, I got this cute little Totoro with holding a leaf over its head. It's just super cute, and I really liked it, so I got it. Then I also got a little cat from, I believe it's Kiki's Delivery Service, which is one I definitely want to watch. But besides just being an absolutely adorable cat, I just find it really slappy. It's just got a really slappy, like solid slap quality to it that I just find really entertaining. So that's the main reason I got it, besides it being super cute. And then from, not Nara, but I can't remember the name of the shrine, but it's the one where there's a giant torii gate, or torii, which means gate, out in the, sort of in the ocean, so like when it's high tide it looks like it's floating, but when it's low tide you can go walk out to it. But from that place, which they also have a lot of deer, I got this little deer statue that also has a little monkey riding it, because the monkeys are known to ride the back of some of the wild deer. And it's got something in the bottom that makes noise, but I just found it really cute because I really wanted a deer statue. So I got me a deer statue. And then continuing on with my animal statue goodness, I got myself a fox statue from the Fushimi Inari Shrine, which is the one where there's a ton of torii just going up the mountain, though we were on like a guided tour, sort of guided tour. Really, they just took us around on a bus, and then we're let free for a certain amount of time. But we didn't get to climb the whole thing because we only had a certain amount of time, and not enough time to climb the whole mountain. But I really liked all the fox statues around, and I really enjoy like animal spirits or animals representing something in general. So I love this little fox one. It's really cute. It's my love. And then I got one more animal statue, and that's this little tiny cat statue. There's more to his little gig, like he has a little platform he goes on, and he even came with a little background card thing, but I didn't feel like moving all that, so I just decided to show you the little cat. He's super cute, also like crazy light, but I'm not going to throw him out because I don't want to break him, but he's adorable, and I love him. And I guess I'll continue with my animal, though I don't know what the hell this is. But also from the Giants game, I don't feel like taking any of my keychains off, but they really like stuffed animal keychains. They're like everywhere. But this is apparently a Giabbit. I don't really know. It's the Giants mascot. They call it a Giabbit. We had to look it up because like no one was sure what the heck this thing was. But apparently it's a Giabbit. So I got it because he started to grow on me. At first I was like, what the heck? What is that thing? I don't like it, but I like him now. He's my cute little Giabbit. And then also I got a cute little deer keychain while I was in Nara, at Nara Park with all the deer, which will literally mob you. They just mob people. But he's nice and cute, and I wanted something to remember all those little deer. Then also we went to Hiroshima, which was such a moving and like interesting experience. Like I feel like everyone should try to go there. But I got this sticker for my water bottle, and it's lovely, and I agree with it. Nuclear weapons are not a good thing. And then I also got these 2 origami paper packages. So this one's got these different ones, if I can get it to not glare. And then this one has these different prints. But I felt it important for me to get because the one thing I know how to make is paper cranes. That's literally it. That's all I know how to make. I'd have to look up anything else, but like I pretty much have memorized paper cranes. But why I felt it important to get these for me is because like I really know the importance of the paper crane, because like I don't know why they decided to make us ball as children, because literally this is like not the only like bawling type of book, but like probably like 3rd or 2nd grade they had us read the story about Sadako, the girl that suffered from leukemia and like died really young because of the radiation that she was exposed to when she was a child from the bomb that bombed Hiroshima. Like, why did they want to make us cry as children? Because we read like that, which is why I really wanted to get some origami paper from the museum there. But we read like that and Where the Red Fern Grows, and another one about a girl in the Holocaust, which was not Anne Frank, it was some other one, but the cover had like a blonde girl on it. But like, why did they want to make us cry so much? What pleasure did they derive from making us cry reading these super sad books? Why? But moving on from I don't know what to call that, but moving on. I also got some books. I got The Tale of Genji, which is, you know, one of the world's earliest novels written by a woman. Well, in general, it's one of the world's earliest novels. But I decided to get it because I wanted to read something from Japanese culture, and I've never read The Tale of Genji. So I got that, and I'll be reading that hopefully soon. And then I also was just looking in general at their versions of books to see if there's anything cool. And I think they're Harry Potter, which this is like one of the only ones that's like a full version of it in one book, because like what they seem to have a lot of was like Harry Potter was like split up into multiple books. Like they were up to like 18 or something, because they'd split split each book into multiple. So like the first book was like 2 and the second book was another 2, and but like the third and stuff were like 4 or 5. Which I don't know why. Maybe they just like tiny little books more. I'd prefer just one solid book, but I don't know. But I really liked their 20th anniversary version, Ravenclaw version of the first book, because I don't know about you, but that title looks boss. That looks so cool. So it just looks like this. It's all blue like all the other versions of this in the different languages, but just look at that. I think that looks super cool. You know, it's got the fun paid edges. And then nice art, including this piece. I really like this. And then there it is, a nice little map, because who doesn't love maps? And then I'll probably never actually be able to read this because it's in Japanese, and I'm still trying to learn Japanese, but this Japanese is the hardest Japanese to learn, like the kanji and stuff, or whatever character version this is, whether it's hiragana, kanji, or whatever. Then I got another book that's in Japanese, but it's like less important to be able to read it. I just got The Art of Finding Dory, which, you know, it's just these art of books are always just mostly pictures with barely any words anyway, so I just thought it looked fun, and the title looks fun, so I'd get it because I'd still like be able to have it as a nice book in my collection, because you don't really need to be able to read everything in an art of book. You just want to look at the art. I nearly forgot, but while I was getting ready for my other video, I found these. I forgot that I bought these shoes. I bought these in Harajuku. Like everyone wears, like all the girls wear these shoes because Japanese people are pretty short. Ooh, I almost forgot that too. I'll have to show you that one too. But Japanese people are really short, so they wear like crazy tall shoes to make themselves appear taller. But I thought these were just super fun and super nice, and like they're not that hard to walk in. So we'll see like what it feels like after a long day of walking in these. But I think they're super fun, so I bought these too. But this is a gift from someone that, you know, they like are super into gift giving as a society. So like I had to bring gifts to people that helped me during my trip, but you know, they also negate all that gifts by giving you more gifts. So there's this thing that someone gave me. It's just pockets, and it looks nice and fun, and I like the little characters, I like the art, so it's really nice, and I'm just gonna keep hanging this in my room. So that's everything that I got on my trip to Japan that was not bought at Tokyo Disney. But this is like everything else, so I hope you enjoyed. I hope someday you get to go to Japan, because I like really suggest it. It's such a fun place and such an interesting culture to like be immersed in. And I also think it's absolutely important for everyone to like just go to Hiroshima and understand just what happened there and why we really should get rid of nuclear weapons. Just saying. Well, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see y'all real soon.